Captain Alina Chen stood at the bridge of the TSS Nightshade, her eyes fixed on the holographic display that showed the vast expanse of space around them. The Nightshade, despite being humanity's most advanced stealth vessel, appeared to alien sensors as nothing more than a primitive cargo hauler, complete with radiation leaks and inefficient engine signatures. It was humanity's greatest deception, and it had served them well for over a century. "Contact," Lieutenant Sarah Patil announced from her sensor station, her augmented eyes processing data streams faster than any conventional display could show them. 3 vessels entering detection range. Configuration matches Zarkak's patrol ships. Her fingers danced across the neural interface, bringing up detailed scans on the main display. They're running active sensors, standard search pattern. Chen allowed herself a small smile. The Zarkak's empire, self-proclaimed rulers of the Orion Arm, had a reputation for arrogance that rivaled their technological advancement, or what they believed to be technological advancement. Time to intercept. 12 minutes at current velocity. Commander James Rodriguez, her XO, reported from his station. They're making no attempt to mask their approach. Standard formation for investigating a primitive vessel. The bridge crew maintained their professional composure, but Chen could feel the anticipation building. They had trained for this moment for years. The Nightshade was humanity's proof of concept, a warship disguised as a merchant vessel, carrying technological capabilities that would shatter the Zarkak's understanding of their place in the galaxy. "Status of our masking systems?" Chen asked, studying the tactical overlay. "All masking protocols functioning at optimal levels," Chief Engineer Maya Williams reported. "Our quantum signature is completely suppressed. To their sensors, we're running on good old-fashioned fusion drives, barely able to achieve interstellar travel. They're probably writing reports about how primitive we are right now." Message incoming. Communications Officer David Kumar announced. "Broadcasting on standard frequencies, no encryption. They're not even trying to be subtle." He projected the message onto the main screen. The message scrolled across in multiple languages, ending with recently decoded English. "Unidentified vessel, you have entered territory claimed by the Greater Zarkak's Empire. Prepare for inspection and registration. Resistance will result in immediate disciplinary action." How thoughtful of them to provide a translation. Chen remarked dryly. "Mr. Kumar, prepare our response package. Let's show them how a primitive species begs for mercy." The crew worked with practiced efficiency as the Zarkak ships drew closer. Their sensors recorded every detail of the approaching vessels: shield frequencies, weapon configurations, crew complement, all while appearing blind and defenseless to Imperial scans. "They're launching boarding shuttles," Patil reported. "No weapons charged yet. They're following standard protocol for dealing with." She paused, bringing up the Zarkak's classification system. Class 3 primitive species. Chen nodded, watching the tactical display. The Zarkak's ships had arranged themselves in a triangle formation, a standard pattern used to intimidate technological inferiors. It would have been terrifying if the Nightshade was actually what it appeared to be. "All hands, this is the captain," Chen announced shipwide. "Maintain protocol until my mark. Remember your training. Let them make the first mistake." She turned to her XO. "Commander Rodriguez, begin recording. The Admiralty will want to see this." The Zarkak's boarding shuttles were approaching with casual confidence. Their sensors would be showing them exactly what humanity wanted them to see: outdated technology, minimal defenses, and a crew that appeared to be panicking. "Chief Williams, prepare for full systems revelation on my mark. Lieutenant Patel, weapon systems in shadow mode. Mr. Kumar, get ready to show them what a real first contact package looks like." The bridge crew watched as the Zarkak's completed their approach. The alien vessels dwarfed the Nightshade, their crystalline hulls gleaming with what they considered to be superior technology. They had no idea they were about to become part of a lesson that would reshape galactic politics. "Captain," Patil said quietly, "I'm detecting quantum communication bursts between their ships. They're recording this for their archives." Chen's smile widened slightly. Perfect. Let's make sure we give their historians something worth studying. She straightened in her command chair as the first Zarkax boarding shuttle came within range of their true sensors. Status of their scanning systems. They're using standard molecular resonance scanners, Williams reported. Primitive by our standards. They're not even looking for quantum signatures. The lead Zarkax shuttle was nearly at their airlock when Chen gave the order that would change everything. Initiate revelation sequence. Let's show them why humanity chose to hide in plain sight. The transformation began with a subtle shift in the Nightshade's quantum field. To the Zarkax scanners, it would appear as if reality itself was glitching. The ship's hull began to ripple, layers of advanced metamaterials becoming visible as their camouflage systems deactivated. Zarkax vessels are attempting emergency scans, Paddle reported, excitement creeping into her voice. Their sensors are going haywire. They can't process what they're seeing. The Nightshade's true form emerged like a butterfly from its chrysalis. Weapon ports appeared where there had been solid hull, defense systems activated with quiet humming, and the ship's quantum core came fully online, its energy signature dwarfing anything the Zarkax had ever encountered. Multiple distress calls detected, Kumar announced. They're requesting immediate backup. Should I let those transmissions through? Chen nodded. Let them call for help. It's time the galaxy learned why Earth was left alone for so long. She turned to her tactical officer. Lieutenant Patel, target their propulsion systems. Minimum power. Let's show them what real human technology can do. The Nightshade's weapon systems came online, not with the dramatic energy signatures the Zarkax would expect, but with subtle, quantum-shifted particles that their shields would never detect. The demonstration was about to begin, and the Zarkax Empire was about to learn why appearances could be deceiving. As the first precision strikes disabled the Zarkax shuttles without harming their crews, Chen couldn't help but think about the history that had led to this moment. Humanity had spent centuries playing the part of a primitive species, all while preparing for the day when they would need to reveal their true capabilities. That day had finally arrived, and the galaxy would never be the same. The art of deception. The Zarkax response arrived faster than even Captain Chen had anticipated. Within hours, the local space around the Nightshade blazed with quantum wake signatures as a full Imperial battle group emerged from hyperspace. Their crystalline ships filled the void, arrays of energy weapons charging with visible power, a deliberate show of force that would have terrified any truly primitive species. 17 capital ships, Lieutenant Paddle reported, her augmented eyes processing the sensor data. Configuration suggests this is the 7th Imperial battle group. They're deploying in a Thaner combat formation. She paused, analyzing new data. Captain, they're broadcasting on all frequencies. Let's hear their demands, Chen ordered, studying the tactical display. The Zarkax ships had arranged themselves in a complex three-dimensional pattern designed to maximize their shield coverage while presenting overwhelming firepower. The alien commander's image appeared on the main screen, his crystalline exoskeleton catching the light from multiple stars. Unidentified vessel. The translation matrix rendered his clicks and whistles into English. You have committed acts of aggression against the greater Zarkax Empire. Your primitive deceptions have been noted. Surrender immediately or face absolute destruction. Chen allowed herself a small smile. Mr. Kumar, prepare to transmit Disclosure Package Alpha. Let's show them what they're really dealing with. She turned to her XO. Commander Rodriguez, status of our shadow systems. All quantum mirrors are functioning at peak efficiency, Rodriguez reported. We're reading their shield harmonics, weapon frequencies, and command protocols. Their encryption is primitive. The bridge crew worked with practiced precision as Chen prepared humanity's first official response to the Zarkax Empire. This moment had been wargamed thousands of times in simulations. The real thing was proving far more interesting. Transmission ready, Kumar announced. Though I should note they're already attempting to breach our communication systems. Their AI is trying to access our databases. Let them try, Chen nodded. Chief Williams, show them why human cybersecurity isn't what they expect. In the quantum-encrypted systems of the Nightshade, the Zarkax AI encountered something unprecedented. Instead of the primitive digital defenses they expected, they found themselves in a maze of quantum states where data existed in multiple forms simultaneously. Their AI is withdrawing, Williams reported with satisfaction. I don't think they enjoyed meeting our quantum defense systems. Their attack algorithms just crashed trying to process our security protocols. Chen stood from her command chair, straightening her uniform. Send the package, Mr. Kumar. Full spectrum. All channels. The transmission that hit the Zarkax fleet contained terabytes of information, but not in any format they would expect. Quantum-encoded data streams carried complete technical readouts of their own ships, detailed analyses of their tactical weaknesses, and a comprehensive history of human observation of their empire. Imperial flagship is responding, Patel announced. Their power signatures are fluctuating. I think we scared them. The Zarkax commander reappeared on screen, his crystalline features somehow managing to convey shock. Impossible, the translation rendered. Your species, you've been watching us. All this time. For the past 70 years, Chen confirmed. Every patrol, every fleet movement, every technological advancement. We learned your language, studied your tactics, and prepared for this moment. Your empire isn't the first to underestimate humanity, but we hope you'll be the last to make that mistake. The Zarkax battle group's formation shifted subtly, adopting a more defensive posture. Their initial confidence had been replaced by uncertainty, exactly as planned. They're charging weapons, Rodriguez reported calmly. All ships, coordinated targeting. They're going to try to overwhelm our defenses with volume of fire. Chen nodded. As expected, Chief Williams, initiate Phase 2. Let's show them what else we've been hiding. The Nightshade's hull began to shift again, but this time in a way that defied the Zarkax understanding of physics. Quantum fields rippled across its surface, creating patterns that hurt to look at, suggesting geometries that shouldn't exist in normal space. Multiple energy signatures detected from their fleet, Paddle reported. They're launching fighters. Lots of them. The space around the Nightshade filled with crystalline fighter craft, each one a deadly combination of energy weapons and advanced shields. To any normal vessel, it would have been an overwhelming force. Quantum Defense Grid online, Williams announced. Ready to show them why we never needed fighters. The demonstration began with a subtle distortion of space-time around the Nightshade. Zarkax fighters found their carefully plotted attack vectors suddenly leading nowhere, their advanced targeting systems confused by space itself, seeming to bend around their target. Their fighter squadrons are reporting system failures. Kumar translated the frantic communications. They can't maintain formation. Their quantum crystals are losing coherence. Chen watched as the mighty Zarkax fighter screen dissolved into chaos, their sophisticated technology proving useless against human quantum manipulation. Send them the next package, Mr. Kumar. Let's explain exactly what they're seeing. The data burst that hit the Imperial fleet contained a basic primer on human quantum physics, just enough to help them understand how completely outmatched they were. The effect was immediate and dramatic. Multiple ships powering down weapons, Rodriguez reported. They're falling back to defensive positions. I think they're finally starting to understand. That's the first lesson, Chen said quietly. Now for the hard part. Teaching them why diplomacy is a better option than conflict. She turned to her communications officer. Mr. Kumar, prepare the diplomatic package. It's time to show the Zarkax Empire why humans prefer talking to fighting. As the Nightshade's quantum fields continued to rewrite the local laws of physics, the Zarkax battle group faced a reality they had never considered. A species that had chosen to appear primitive not out of weakness, but as a strategic choice. The real first contact was about to begin, and the galaxy's balance of power would never be the same. Breaking point. The Zarkax Imperial High Command's response arrived with devastating intent. Space itself seemed to tear open as the Empire's first fleet emerged from quantum space, 100 capital ships strong, their crystalline hulls gleaming with barely contained energy. At their center, the Imperial dreadnought Crystal Ascendant dwarfed everything around it, its very presence distorting local gravity fields. "Well," Captain Chen remarked dryly, "I think we got their attention." She studied the tactical display as more ships continued to emerge. Status report. 112 capital ships detected so far, Lieutenant Patil announced, her augmented eyes rapidly processing the sensor data. Energy signatures suggest they'd brought their experimental weapons. They're not taking any chances. Commander Rodriguez leaned forward at his station. "Captain, you need to see this. They're deploying something new." The tactical display shifted, highlighting objects emerging from the Crystal Ascendant's hangar base. Unlike the crystalline fighters they'd encountered before, these were different. Darker, more organic in appearance. "Quantum signature analysis complete," Chief Williams reported, her voice tense. "They're using bioengineered pilots, symbiotically linked to their ships. The Zarkaks are adapting faster than we anticipated." Chen nodded thoughtfully. The Empire's response was more innovative than their intelligence had suggested. "Interesting. They're learning." She turned to her communications officer. "Mr. Kumar, are they transmitting?" "Yes, Captain. The message is different this time." Kumar's fingers danced across his neural interface. "They're broadcasting on quantum frequencies we showed them in our last transmission. They're learning our technology." The message materialized on the main screen, its quantum-encoded data suggesting the Zarkaks had spent every moment since their last encounter studying human communications technology. The Imperial High Commander's image appeared, his crystalline form somehow more imposing than his predecessors. "Human vessel," the translation matrix rendered. "Your species has hidden its true nature from the galaxy. This deception ends today. The Empire will not be mocked by creatures who play at being primitive. Prepare to witness the full might of Zarkak's advancement." "They're charging something on the Crystal Ascendant," Patil reported suddenly. "Energy readings are off our known scales. Whatever it is, it's not in our database." Chen watched as the massive dreadnought's forward section began to transform, crystal segments shifting and realigning into a configuration that defied conventional physics. Chief Williams, analysis. "They're attempting to replicate our quantum manipulation technology." Williams responded, her fingers flying across multiple interfaces. "But they're doing it wrong. Their understanding is incomplete. Captain, if they fire that weapon, they could tear a hole in space-time." Rodriguez finished, looking up from his own readings. "They don't fully understand the principles we showed them." Chen straightened in her command chair. This was precisely the scenario Earth Command had warned about, an advanced species attempting to replicate human technology without proper understanding of the underlying quantum principles. "All hands. This is the captain. Initiate Protocol Omega. Authorization, Chen 77 Delta." The Nightshade's hull began to shimmer as hidden systems activated. Layers of quantum lock technology, far beyond even what they'd revealed earlier, came online. The ship's true form finally emerged, not the sleek predator they'd shown before, but something far more sophisticated. "Quantum shield matrix online," Williams reported. "Dimensional anchors engage. We're ready, Captain." "Mr. Kumar, emergency broadcast to the Imperial fleet. All frequencies, all languages," Chen ordered. "Tell them to stand down immediately. Explain what their weapon will do to local spacetime." But the warning came too late. The Crystal Ascendant's improvised quantum weapon fired, releasing a beam of pure possibility. Untamed quantum potential given physical form. It was both beautiful and terrifying. "Impact in 3 seconds," Patil announced. "Quantum shield integrity at maximum." The beam struck the Nightshade's shields, and for a moment, reality itself seemed to hold its breath. The human vessel's quantum fields caught the attack, not merely blocking it but containing it, controlling it, reshaping it. "Initiating quantum feedback loop," Williams called out, redirecting their energy through our dimensional stabilizers. The space around the nightshade began to crystallize, possibilities becoming certainties as the ship's advanced systems transformed the chaotic quantum energy into something controlled, contained, useful. The effect rippled outward, touching each Zarkax vessel in turn. Imperial fleet is experiencing massive system failures, Rodriguez reported. Their quantum crystal matrices are destabilizing. They can't handle the feedback. Chen watched as the mighty First Fleet's technology began to turn against itself, their rushed attempts at quantum manipulation backfiring spectacularly. Not with explosions or destruction, but with something far more profound: understanding. "They're standing down," Kumar announced, surprise evident in his voice. "The Imperial High Commander is requesting immediate communication. He's using our quantum protocols correctly this time." "Put him through," Chen ordered, standing from her command chair. "Let's show them why humans chose to master quantum mechanics before revealing ourselves to the galaxy." The Imperial High Commander's image appeared once more, but his crystalline features now showed something new: respect. "Your species," he began. "You didn't hide out of fear. You hid because we weren't ready." Chen nodded. "Quantum technology isn't just about power, Commander. It's about understanding the fundamental nature of reality itself. We waited until we could teach that lesson without destroying those who needed to learn it." As the Nightshade systems continued to stabilize local spacetime, preventing the cascade failure the Zarkax weapon could have caused, humanity's true first contact began. Not with a display of overwhelming force, but with a lesson about the responsibility that came with advanced technology. The turn. The vast chamber aboard the Crystal Ascendant hummed with quantum energies as Captain Chen stepped through the teleportation field, her dress uniform pristine. The Zarkax High Command had gathered in full ceremonial array, their crystalline forms refracting light in complex patterns that served as both decoration and communication. "Your transportation technology," High Commander Ixis remarked, his translator rendering his crystalline harmonics into English. "It's unlike anything we've seen. No quantum wake, no spatial distortion. Pure quantum entanglement," Chen explained, gesturing to the small device on her collar. "No need to break spacetime when you can simply convince 2 points in space they're the same place." The gathered Zarkax leadership buzzed with harmonic frequencies, their equivalent of intense discussion. Their entire understanding of physics was being challenged, not by force, but by elegant simplicity. Back on the Nightshade, Commander Rodriguez watched the diplomatic exchange through quantum-linked sensors. "Status of the Imperial fleet?" he asked, maintaining vigilance despite the peaceful overtures. "All ships maintaining position," Paddle reported. "Their weapons are powered down, but they're scanning us constantly, trying to understand our technology." She paused, analyzing new data. "Sir, they're making attempts to replicate our quantum fields, but safely this time. They're learning." In the Crystal Ascendant's chamber, High Commander Ixis led Chen to a massive holographic display showing the known galaxy. "For millennia, we believed ourselves to be the pinnacle of evolution. Our crystalline technology, our mastery of energy and matter. We thought we understood the universe." He gestured, and the display zoomed in on Earth's sector. "But you hid in plain sight. Watched, learned. Why?" Chen studied the display, noting how the Zarkax mapped quantum probabilities in space. "Because true advancement isn't about power," she replied. "It's about wisdom. Humanity learned that lesson the hard way, through centuries of our own conflicts." "The quantum physics primer you transmitted," another Zarkax official spoke up, their crystals pulsing with scholarly interest. "It suggests your species discovered something fundamental about reality that we missed. Something about consciousness and quantum observation. We discovered that the act of observation doesn't just affect quantum states," Chen explained. "Consciousness itself is a quantum phenomenon. Your crystalline biology," she gestured to their forms, "it's capable of quantum computation far beyond what you're using it for." The chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. The Zarkax had built an empire on their crystalline technology, but humans had seen potential they'd never imagined in their own biology. Aboard the Nightshade, Williams reported suddenly, "Sir, detecting massive energy fluctuations from the Imperial fleet. They're attempting something." Rodriguez leaned forward. "Analysis. They're not weapons signatures," Patel interjected. "Their entire crystalline matrix is resonating. It's like they're thinking differently." In the Crystal Ascendance chamber, the Zarkax leaders began to glow with internal light as they explored their own quantum nature for the first time. High Commander Ixis turned to Chen, his crystalline form pulsing with new understanding. "Your species," he said slowly, "you didn't just master quantum technology. You found a way to evolve your consciousness to match it." Chen nodded. "And now you're beginning to do the same. This is why we waited. Why we watched. The galaxy wasn't ready for quantum consciousness until species like yours could discover it within themselves." "Sir," Kumar's voice came through Chen's quantum link, "we're detecting quantum awakening signatures across the entire Imperial fleet. The crew members, their crystalline structures are naturally adapting to quantum states." The chamber's energy shifted as the Zarkax leadership experienced their first true quantum consciousness. Through their crystalline bodies, they began to perceive reality as humanity had learned to, as a sea of probabilities and possibilities, all interconnected. "We thought we were coming to punish a deceptive species," Ixis said, his translator barely keeping up with the complex harmonics of his awakened state. "Instead, you've given us evolution itself." Chen smiled. "This is just the beginning. Humanity has learned much, but we don't pretend to know everything. Perhaps together, we can explore the true nature of consciousness and reality." Across the Imperial fleet, crews were experiencing their own awakening. Ships that had come prepared for war were transforming into vessels of discovery as the Zarkax began to understand their own potential. "Captain," Rodriguez reported through the quantum link, "the Imperial fleet's quantum signatures are stabilizing. They're achieving natural quantum cohesion. It's like watching an entire civilization evolve in real time." Chen watched as the Zarkax leaders began experimenting with their new awareness, their crystalline forms resonating with possibilities. This was why humanity had hidden their true nature, not out of fear, but waiting for the moment when other species were ready to take the next step in cosmic evolution. The war that had seemed inevitable just hours ago had transformed into something else entirely. The birth of a new era in galactic civilization. But as Chen observed the Zarkax's rapid evolution, she knew that the greatest challenges and opportunities still lay ahead. Echoes of victory. 3 months after first contact, the Nightshade hovered in high orbit above Crystallis Prime, the Zarkax homeworld. Its quantum-shifted hull reflected the crystalline cities below, where massive structures pulsed with newfound awareness. Captain Chen stood at her familiar position on the bridge, watching as the planet itself seemed to resonate with the collective quantum consciousness of its inhabitants. "Latest evolution reports are in," Lieutenant Patil announced, her augmented eyes processing the data streams. 97% of the Zarkax population has achieved stable quantum awareness. Their crystalline biology adapted far faster than our projections suggested. Humans spent centuries developing quantum consciousness, Commander Rodriguez noted. They did it in months. Sometimes students surpassed their teachers. Chen nodded, remembering the initial fear and hostility that had marked their first encounter. The transformation of the Zarkax from potential enemies to eager partners in cosmic exploration had exceeded everyone's expectations, even humanity's. "Incoming transmission from the Surface Evolution Center," Kumar reported. "High Commander Ixis is ready for the demonstration." The main screen activated, showing the massive chamber where Zarkax scientists and human advisors worked together. Ixis's crystalline form now pulsed with complex patterns that the human quantum consciousness could recognize as multiple simultaneous thoughts. Captain Chen, His harmonics carried new depths of understanding. "We're ready to attempt the first conscious quantum fold. Your presence here honors us." "The honor is ours, Commander," Chen replied. "Humanity hoped for this day, but we never imagined it would come so soon." The chamber below filled with energy as hundreds of Zarkaks joined their quantum consciousness into a singular purpose. What had once been their war room was now the site of their greatest peaceful achievement. "Quantum cohesion detected," Williams reported from her engineering station. "They're attempting to manipulate space-time through pure consciousness without technological assistance." The air in the chamber began to shimmer as the combined will of the Zarkak's consciousness touched the fabric of reality itself. A point of light appeared, then expanded, forming a stable quantum gateway, a door in space created not by machines, but by evolved consciousness. "They did it," Rodriguez whispered. "Direct manipulation of quantum fields through conscious intent." "Remarkable," Chief Williams added. "The efficiency is beyond anything we've achieved. Their crystalline neural networks are perfectly suited for quantum operations." Through the quantum link, Chen felt Ixis's satisfaction. Not pride, but genuine joy at discovery. "This is only the beginning," he transmitted. "Already our scientists speak of possibilities we never imagined. Conscious travel between dimensions, communication across time itself. All things humanity has theorized," Chen acknowledged, "but never fully achieved. Perhaps together, we'll unlock these mysteries." The demonstration continued as more Zarkaks joined their consciousness, expanding the quantum gateway. The entire planet seemed to pulse in harmony with their efforts, crystalline spires resonating with newfound power. "Captain," Kumar called out, "we're receiving transmissions from across the galaxy. Other species have detected the quantum signature of the Zarkak's evolution. They're asking for guidance." Chen smiled. This too had been part of humanity's long plan, not to rule or dominate, but to guide. To help other species reach their own potential in their own way. "Mr. Kumar, transmit the first contact protocol to all requesting species. It's time for humanity to step fully into our role as teachers." The bridge crew watched as their consoles lit up with responses from dozens of civilizations. Some were known to them, others had hidden their true nature just as humanity had. The galaxy was awakening to new possibilities. "Message from Earth Command," Rodriguez announced. "They're activating the quantum consciousness network. All human ships are dropping their primitive disguises. We're going public, Captain." Across the galaxy, vessels that had appeared to be simple traders and explorers revealed their true nature. Humanity's hidden fleet emerged like a butterfly from its chrysalis, each ship a beacon of advanced technology and evolved consciousness. "The Zarkak's quantum gateway is stabilizing," Paddle reported. "They're ready for the first conscious teleportation." Chen straightened her uniform. "Signal the fleet. The age of hiding is over. Now we begin the real work, helping the galaxy evolve while learning from those we teach." As she prepared to teleport down to the surface, Chen reflected on how far they'd come. What had begun as a potential war had transformed into the greatest peaceful revolution the galaxy had ever seen. Humanity's long vigil, playing the role of primitive species, had paid off in ways even they hadn't fully anticipated. The Nightshade's quantum field harmonized with the planet below as the crew prepared for their next mission. There would be challenges ahead. Other species might resist change, fear evolution, or try to abuse their new abilities. But humanity had prepared for these possibilities too. "Captain," Rodriguez said quietly, "was it worth it? All those years of hiding our true nature?" Chen looked out at the crystalline world below, where two very different species had found common ground in the quantum nature of consciousness itself. "Evolution isn't about being the strongest or most advanced," she replied. "It's about being ready for the next step, and helping others take that step with you." As the Nightshade's crew prepared for their next assignment, the quantum gateway below pulsed with possibilities. Humanity had achieved its greatest victory not through force of arms, but through patience, wisdom, and the understanding that true power lay not in domination, but in helping others achieve their full potential. The galaxy would never be the same. It would be better.